Yeah, don't forget to drop Crypto Mikkel raid in Serpent's channel. We would greatly appreciate it, guys. Oh, boo. Report. Okay, see, I didn't know that. Nice, you can stop. What do you mean that? I mean that I don't own as many cards as some people do? Is that what you mean by stop? Like, I have the willpower to stop. If I could buy more cards, I would. Financially, that is not possible. That's right, smash the like button, subscribe button, and that bell notification so you know every time we go live here or post videos on the channel. We would greatly appreciate it, guys. There'll be a video coming out here on Monday.
Hello, what is going on, everyone? Vega here for SerpentX Tech, and I slept in, and it was great. It was glorious. I haven't slept in such a long time. Got some crypto news to go over today. We're gonna go over state of market. Not a whole lot of stuff I'm gonna go over in today's show. So feel free to at me, super chat, whatever you got, or leave comments in the video, below the video, because yeah. We gotta talk about the elephant in the room. I try to avoid politics and stuff like that, but we are gonna talk about the markets, the situation, geopolitics, Ukraine, Russia, unfortunately, and Vitalik's thoughts on that, and then of course to kind of gather some more time or utilize our time, we're gonna talk about the drama that unfolded in the crypto mining scene earlier this week. Good job to the mining community. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you've been living underneath a rock, then stay tuned. But yeah, crypto market has been wavering throughout much of the past couple of weeks. We've been consolidating, capitulating, whatever you want to call it. Come on, stream. Don't dip on me. There's nobody else using the internet. Stop it. All right. So, everybody was sleeping, having a good time. And looks like basically Thursday morning, well, night for me, morning for them, Russia invaded Ukraine, and things just started to fall. There's a bunch of fear throughout the day. Important political people, important people in the space, stating, condemning, whatever it may be. We moved sideways, and then we had a nice little bounce up to 45K. Oh wait, what am I talking about? I'm looking at the wrong one. Where's it at? Where's the morning? Right here. Here we go. This one. I was looking at the wrong one. So I knew it was like, it didn't hit 45K. We hit 40K is what we hit. But yeah, here's the morning dip. It's not as bad as this dip, actually. That's what I was looking at. It's not as bad as that dip. But wake up, hear the news. People in Ukraine hearing sirens, unfortunately. You know, they gotta go hide in the subway system, which is essentially bomb shelters because of the Cold War. And, you know, things kind of chilled out and then boosted back up to 40K, and here we are. So we're sitting around that 39, 40K area. Ethereum itself, you know, much of the market is relatively green. So that's a good thing for this Saturday morning. But, you know, it's still an unfortunate circumstance, and it's all the more reason for me, personally, in my opinion, to continue to stack them sats and to get in the crypto market. I'll check chat here in a minute, but I just want to get some of these news titles out of the way. So Bitcoin and Ether climb higher amid broader market rebound. You can see the tabs at the top. I don't have much to talk about today, so feel free to ask some questions. Make sure you tag me in it. So cryptocurrency rose Friday following a steep sell-off a day earlier that saw around 150 billion wiped off the market after Russia invaded Ukraine. Bitcoin last rose 1.6% to $39,065. According to CoinMatrix, earlier in the day, cryptocurrency had jumped to as much as 11% over the previous 24 hours after falling as low as $34,338. Wow, my cowlick is looking horrible right now. I don't care. Let's see here. Yeah. Ether rose 2.1% to $2,709. Thursday sell-off was sparked by Russia's invasion of Ukraine that also saw global stocks fall sharply. For several months, Bitcoin has been correlated with other risk assets like stocks. As more institutional investors get involved and short-term investors who trade Bitcoin, like other risk equities, have entered the market. The sharp drop was a reminder that in crisis, all correlations go to one, says Noel Ashenson, head of market insight at Genius, told CNBC, adding that it reinforced Bitcoin's risk asset characteristics. Meanwhile, the bounce shows long-term investors haven't been waiting in the wings to buy the dip, and the risk traders are now betting things won't be as bad as they looked at first light, she said. On the markets, we've known for some time that the big move was coming. This usually happens after periods of consolidation activity in the options market was pointing to this also, but we did not know in which direction. Now we know both, says Noel. The 60-day correlation between the Bitcoin and S&P 500 reached an all-time high on Wednesday, according to Noel. And, you know, it continues to kind of be correlated with the stocks. I'm pretty sure if we go and look at it, you know, stocks had a nice little rebound as well throughout the day. Again, dropping sharply after the news of Ukraine being invaded by Russia, and then recovering quite well. Ukraine's central bank suspends electronic cash transfers, bolstering the use of crypto. There's only a few people that I know in Ukraine, but from my understanding, they are safe. Many of them are actually still working or preparing. Already at the time, they were preparing to defend their city. So, and there's many different ways to defend your city, so to speak. You know, you got the military forces, the physical way, and then you got the cyber way, which Ukraine has been dealing with cyber attacks for quite a while, which is going to lead into the end of our video segment. So hang in there. Ukraine's central bank is cracking down on digital money transfers in one of the latest measures implemented in connection with nationwide declaration of martial law. Excuse me one second. The National Bank of Ukraine ordered electronic money, e-money, issuers to suspend the issuance of e-money and the replenishment of electronic wallets with e-wallets. The written order also indicated that the distribution of e-money was temporarily off limits. The reference to electronic money likely refers to the fiat currency held in digital accounts through the platforms like Venmo or PayPal. Kuna, a popular Ukrainian crypto exchange, shows that domestic buyers are paying a premium for Tether, or USDT stablecoin, which is pegged to the price of the US dollar. We don't trust the government, we don't trust the banking system, we don't trust the local currency, said Michael Chobanin. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. Founder of Kuna. In an interview with CoinDesk, the majority of people have nothing else to choose apart from crypto. Tether is the most popular stablecoin in the market by market cap at nearly 80 billion. And unlike cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum, which have experienced a great deal of volatility in recent weeks amid growing geopolitical tensions, Tether, like other stablecoins of its kind, is generally pretty steady in value. At the current exchange rate, however, the price for 1 USDT is roughly 32 Ukrainian. Oh, I'm going to ruin this. Harbina? Sorry. The national currency, or $1.10, thanks to the increased demand. Ukrainian president, and I'm so sorry, sir. I hear it so many times in the news, and I really can't say it. The Ukrainian president signed into law in 2021 that paved the way for country's central banks to issue its own digital currency, and the president and parliament recently came to terms on a law to legalize and regulate cryptocurrency. On an official state visit to the U.S. in August 2021, the president spoke of Ukraine budding legal innovation market for virtual assets as a selling point for investment, and the Minister of Digital Transformation, Mr. Fedorov, said that the country was modernizing its payment market so that national banks will be able to issue digital currencies. So, long story short, obviously martial law is declared. They shut down, a lot of people were at the ATMs trying to get cash or get their money. They shut that down. So now more than ever, they are in need of digital assets to help them, with whatever they need: supplies, food, basic living accommodations, stuff like that. So while cryptocurrency is being helpful to the Ukrainians, which is a good thing, we then have on the other side of the coin cryptocurrency being utilized to supersede or bypass sanctions. How Russia can use cryptocurrency to avoid U.S. sanctions over Ukraine. It's unfortunate, but it's not new, right? Like this, we already knew about this, so it's not a big deal in my opinion, but some others may think the opposite. So financial sanctions are easier than ever for Russians to evade thanks to Bitcoin. Now that the United States, and it's not just Bitcoin, it's not like, I hate when everybody wants to pick on Bitcoin when it's cryptocurrency is used for bad. Now the United States is taking a punitive approach, announcing another round of sanctions meant to tighten the screws on Russian banks and corrupt billionaires. But some experts say those measures, which so far do not target Putin itself, are becoming increasingly easy to evade, thanks to the surge of cryptocurrency adoption in Russia. The US and EU sanctions rely heavily on banks to enforce those rules. If a sanctioned business or individual wants to make a transaction dominated in traditional currencies such as dollars or euros, it's banks' responsibilities to flag and block those transactions. But digital currencies operate outside the realm of standard global banking, with transactions recorded on a public ledger known as a blockchain. If the Russians decide, and they're already doing this, I'm sure, says the writer of this article, or the person that quoted it, Ross Delson, to avoid using any currency other than cryptocurrency, they can effectively avoid virtually all of the sanctions. So through the cryptocurrency, they can pretty much avoid most of the sanctions. At some point in time, there's going to be some exchanging of hands where it's going to be a little bit more difficult. But anyways, the U.S. Treasury is well aware of the problem. In an October report, officials warned that the digital currencies potentially reduce the efficiency of the American sanctions by allowing the bad actors to hold and transfer funds outside a traditional financial system. We are mindful of the risk that if left unchecked, these digital assets and payment systems could harm the effectiveness of our sanctions. As Exhibit A, look no further than Eastern Europe, which has one of the highest rates of crypto transaction volume associated with the criminal activity, according to the research by Chain Analysis. Websites used for illicit trades, known as darknets, or markets, basically the darknet market, brought in a record $1.7 billion worth of cryptocurrency in 2020. Most of it was Bitcoin. And nearly all of the growth in the darknet market that year can be attributed to one specific Russian language-only market called Hydra. Hydra is by far the largest darknet market in the world, accounting for over 75% of the darknet market revenue worldwide in 2020, says Chain Analysis. Of course, evading sanctions isn't as easy as dumping all your dollar-dominated funds into Bitcoin. It's hard to buy anything with crypto, especially big stuff. Take food, for example, which Russia historically has imported. Is a food exporter somewhere in the world going to accept cryptocurrency that fluctuates every day, every moment of every day? And are they going to want the world's reserve currency, or are they going to want the world's reserve currency, the US dollar? The further complication, the oil trade, which makes up a huge portion of Russia's economy, is dominated in US dollars. To use cryptocurrency to buy anything, you have to have an off-ramp to a government issue currency such as a dollar or whatever their digital currency or local currency is. It's not a complete solution for Russian oligarchs, he says. Because Bitcoin and other cryptos can be traced in the blockchain, it's harder, though not possible, to launder those funds because of blockchain, switching over to different privacy coins and stuff like that. There are other ways Russia could, at least in theory, mitigate the pain of sanctions by taking a page from Iran's book. Like Russia, Iran is an oil exporting company or country, and it remains under a decades-old near-total economic embargo by the U.S., including bans on all imports and sanctions on Iranian financial institutions. But even as a pariah state, Iran has figured out how to make some of the bite out of the sanctions by turning to Bitcoin mining. Iran-based miners account for approximately 4.5% of Bitcoin mining, which would translate to an annualized revenue of close to $1 billion. So there's ways around it. So while one country can use it to evade, sanctions, the other can use it to help them out in a time of need. So with one hand and the other, unfortunately. Let me check live chat real quick. I do have all these articles in the description if you feel like checking it out. Thank you for everybody who came over from the Crypto Mikkel raid or Crypto Mikkel live stream. What are your thoughts on the Flexpool cutting off Russian IP addresses from participating in the pools? So Gandalf Gray asked that question. What are your thoughts on Flexpool cutting off Russian IPs from participating in their pools? That is a very interesting one. Oh man, I'm kind of on the fence. All right. Not everybody in Russia, all of the Russian people agree with the actions taken by Russia. So punishing the Russian people, because I'm pretty sure Putin isn't mining on Flexpool. I'm pretty sure much of the oligarchs aren't mining on Flexpool, but individual miners, maybe mid to large scale operations are mining. Do they have direct ties with these oligarchs and the government? I can't say for sure, but it's kind of a mixed bag. If there was a way to identify, but then that's personal information. I don't know. It's a very tough one. I think I understand why Flexpool did it, but I kind of feel like we're punishing all Russian people instead of just the people that deserve it. Because again, not all of the people in Russia agree with it. There's protests going on, and of course they're getting arrested, they're getting quashed, they're getting beaten for protesting against what the government is doing as far as encroachment or invading Ukraine. So we're punishing all miners in Russia when not all miners agree with what their government is doing. They won't speak out about it, right? Because for fear of persecution, being jailed, stuff like that. But yeah, it's quite unfortunate. So I hate politics. I hate speaking about politics. I don't want to paint myself in any light or the other. All I know is that I'm on the side of good, right? So what I do behind the camera or away from the camera is always intended to try to help somebody or a group of people, a number of people. So it kind of sucks, especially since we got colleagues over there. We honestly do have colleagues over there. We have Russian brethren and Ukrainian brothers and sisters all over there, and they're being impacted by this. So let's see here. Enjoy the fan. All right, cool. Magic, you gotta go. Enjoy. I have the same shirt. You got the same. We got the same shirt on. Yeah, the Savage Mind Bitcoin shirt. All right, I'm going to keep going because this one's important. Talking about how not all of the Russian people agree with what's going on. We have Vitalik Buterin condemning the actions of Russia or Vladimir Putin. And this is what they say, right? So it says, Ethereum is neutral, but I am not. Vitalik Buterin, the Russian-Canadian co-founder of Ethereum blockchain, condemned Russian President Vladimir Putin on Twitter minutes after Russia announced a special military operation in Ukraine, effectively declaring war on the Eastern European country. On Wednesday evening, Buterin wrote, he was very upset by Putin's decision to abandon peaceful solutions in Russia, despite Ukraine and Russia's dispute with Ukraine, and to start a war instead. This is a crime against the Ukrainian and Russian people, he wrote. I want to wish everyone safety and security, even though I know there won't be. Buterin added a reminder, Ethereum is neutral, but I am not. Very strong words from it's just a simple statement, but very strong words. Like, Vitalik does not agree with this, right? Because, again, he's Russian. And I know for a fact he's worked with a number of Russian individuals, both at the high level and at the low level. And once you build that rapport, those relationships, and you know their mindset and their thoughts and the way they view a certain subject, and then the government is doing the exact opposite of what the actual Russian people want. It's kind of unfortunate. You gotta remember, much like everybody wants to argue here, everything in the world is fake news. A lot of the news over there is controlled. So while we have the option of objective news, even though everybody wants to call it fake news, if we have objective news, right? Some people are false. Some people take the story early and spread a false narrative. Some people try to get it right, but they fall short. Some people do get it right. At least we have the option of all these news outlets. Whereas in Russia, it's the same agenda all the time, 24/7. And so either people are going to believe it and they're going to support their government, their president, or they're not going to believe it, and young individuals, philosophers, educational leaders are going to try to protest and try to educate the people, hey, actually that's wrong, this is what's right. And of course, when you speak out in those areas or those countries, you usually get snuffed out, especially if you don't have a strong voice or a strong hand, like your group isn't well established. And I think much of their leaders have already been either jailed, beaten, poisoned, or kicked out in some form or fashion, or had to leave the country. So the opposition doesn't really have a strong bond to actually make a stand and make a stand well. So it's very unfortunate. But Buterin is one of the few business leaders so far to speak out about Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The Ethereum co-founder earlier this month called on Putin to choose wisely in making a decision on Ukraine. An attack on Ukraine could only harm Russia, Ukraine, and humanity, he wrote on Twitter. Buterin, 28 years old, was born in Russia, but immigrated to Canada in 2000. Buterin first became interested in Bitcoin when he was 17. He was intrigued by the decentralized features of digital asset and how it could empower ordinary people. Power is a zero-sum game, Buterin told Wire in 2016. If you talk about empowering the little guy, you are necessarily disempowering the big guy. And personally, I say, screw the big guy, he said. Now, this was in 2016. Obviously, his actions, Vitalik's actions, kind of leads to like, well, okay, well, you say screw the big guy, but right now you're the little guy, which was the miners throughout most of Ethereum's life. He was all for the little guy, and as things shift, as venture capitalists come in, as money shifts, I know we were always supposed to go to proof of stake. I understand that. That's not the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is that as the money shift, as the project shift, as the scope and development shift, it kind of feels like Vitalik changed that tune. Screw the big guy. I support the little guy. But, progress needs to be progress. Progress needs to grow. Ethereum has made some upgrades. I'm really looking forward to Son of a Tech to cover this topic in particular. Ethereum gets an upgraded scaling testnet, and it's actually years ahead of schedule. So ZK Sync, a protocol reasonable for implementing Ethereum scaling platforms, accomplished the unexpected yesterday, announcing the test network release of Ethereum Virtual Machine compatible zero knowledge rollups, or ZK-EVM, years ahead of schedule. The EVM is the environment in which all Ethereum wallets and contracts live, and is responsible for defining the rules of the chain from block to block. The new test network is the first implementation of ZK rollup, capable of running the full Ethereum environment, and will provide great insight into how capable zero-knowledge technology is at scaling blockchains. ZK rollups are more computational, they're computationally extensive. Okay, ZK rollups are more computationally extensive and put a burden on nodes looking to solve zero-knowledge validity proofs, but they are able to post network state to the Ethereum for a fraction of the cost of even optimistic rollups. ZK Sync and Loopring currently offer transaction fees that's 1/200th the price of the mainnet, according to L2fees.info. Actually, let's go look at that in a minute. At the time of running a trade on a decentralized exchange would cost users on Ethereum's base layer just over $90, while Loopring and ZK Sync users would pay between 45 to 68 cents. If ZK EVM is capable of offering fees similar to other ZK rollups, Ethereum scaling solutions or scaling issues may be mitigated earlier than expected. Ethereum native applications will be able to manageably port over Solidity-based contracts and offer a full range of products in a cheap environment backed by Ethereum security, while the lower transaction fees are a central piece of scaling blockchains. In other matters, if the chain can play host to applications that drive users' demand, ZK EVM will theoretically be able to host the industry's favorite applications without sacrificing liquidity, decentralization, or product offering. So I'm interested to see some of our favorites cover this. Like, Bits be tripping, like OG in the space, and not OG like old guy. I know that's originally what it was meant for, but like OG, like original gangster is my term. Like, this man has been in the mining space for such a long time. It's remarkable. I was there, but I was just a small little crumb playing around with stuff because that's what I just love to do. That's actually what got me into mining, is tinkering, playing around with stuff, learning new things. You know, I developed some apps back in the day on the Android device where it would take like various, Hot Import magazine and various magazines and just update it with whatever the latest articles were. And you could just access this one app, see all your favorite cards and all that stuff. The reason I mention that is because the whole point back in the day for me was to tinker, to learn something new every single day. And Bitsby Trippin is so informative that when he explains things, the average user, not just myself, the average user will be able to understand it. And that's why I like it. And then he might trigger a light bulb in my brain, and I'm like, oh yeah, I like that. So hopefully we see more from our favorites about this. What is L2 fees? Let's see here. So Loopring, send ETH 11 cents. So Ethereum layer 1 is expensive. How much does it cost to use layer 2? Okay. That doesn't really help me. What I like is some visualization, just like this website right here. Let's see how much. What's up with the aliens? Oh, place your ad here. Oh my god, I got a virus. No, it's just a Discord link. So, was the Ethereum transaction only $2.75? You guys need to make some transactions. Do it now. If it was $2.75, it's pretty good. Yeah, $2.72. Ooh, get your Ethereum going, guys. Look at all these dead transactions. Holy crap. It's more than normal for sure. And they said mining via Polygon mainnet is BS, and not good for at-home miners. Look at this, man. Come on, bro. You're never going to get your payment if you don't have your GUI set higher. Whatever. Yeah, there was a discussion happening yesterday during one of my videos. High-speed miner, welcome to being a techie. YouTube unsecured, really? I think, like, did it kick you out of being a miner? I'm curious. Alright, so let's see what you guys are saying. What I thought. Putin solo mining Bitcoin with a direct feed from a nuke plant. Well, nuclear power is cleaner than most, unless it blows up. Golden Wolf, you have the same shirt. Yeah, man, it's a good shirt. Savage Mine, check it out. DogeLord.com. Links in the description. This shirt came from... Oh, no, where is it at? Isn't this Savage Mine? What? Wait a second. No way. Doge, Chris, what do we do with it? Oh, great. You've changed up a lot. Not that that's a bad thing. There's a shirt right there. Savage Mine Bitcoin World Cloud Champion sweatshirt. There's a sweatshirt. There's the hoodie. There's the other one. There's the mug. And it's got all the various YouTubers' names on it. It's pretty cool. Yashnik has this poster. So, pretty cool. Not sure why my name came out so big. Me and Savage are the big names on there. And he didn't mean to do that. It just, I guess whatever he was using did it. Recommended antivirus program, Stiggy38. Thank you for the $20 NOK. So this is what I use. I use Malwarebytes, CC Cleaner, and obviously Windows Defender. Those are the three that I use. And so Windows Defender can only catch so much. But, you know, it is good because I don't go to anything crazy. I don't install anything crazy. And if I do install a malicious software, I'm always testing it in a sandbox or on a VM, a secure VM, on a secure network in an enterprise solution. But yeah, I use regular Windows Defender, but then I have Malwarebytes as well. Malwarebytes will get the job done. I personally like Sophos. Sophos is primarily a firewall, but they have some pretty good security solutions. I mean, it's not like your average Kaspersky and AVG and AVAS and stuff like that. But let's see here. Antivirus. What's a good one as well? Bitdefender was good, but then it got too good. And it was like blocking most of anything mining on the network. So you got to like set exceptions, allow ports, or reopen up ports, stuff like that. But Sophos is pretty good. And you can get the free download and stuff like that. Now, if you want real-time security, real-time updates, then yeah. But we'll talk more about that here in a minute, because why would you even need something like that? Is what happened this week for those of you that have been living underneath a rock. So let's look at video cards real quick. Looks like AMD released a new driver. There's a new Intel driver, a new GeForce driver. 51179. I'm on 51165, the real one, not the fake one. But Stiggy38, I hope that answers your question. So new Adrenaline driver for AMD. Let's see here. Shadow Warrior up to 5% performance. Yada yada. Known issue. Some users. Windows 10. So nothing too crazy. Radeon performance metrics logging feature. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Now, if you remember what I said in the past, you see how it says it supports the RX 500 series and the RX 400 series and the 6000 series? Well, when it comes to mining, for some reason, like if you have a 590, and if you have one, if you have a 400 series or a 500 series, and you can take one or two of those cards and then put it in the same system with one or two of the 6000 series GPUs, update the drivers, and make a video on what you're seeing. I need to know, or I need more data, because Again, when I boot into Windows, yes, I'm using Hive now, but when I boot into Windows, because Windows allows me to have the latest AMD driver, whereas Hive doesn't, and you try to run these GPUs in the same system, I often get error codes on the 500 series that says like, OpenCL error, kernel error, or the system will lock up, or sometimes it won't even boot correctly, and I have to restart and just get stuck in this restart loop. So it says it works, but when it comes to mining specific applications, for some reason it acts crazy. Maybe that's just AMD's drivers in general, not so much the GPU, just AMD's drivers in general. But what I'm really hoping is that AMD is not trying to pull an Apple / Nvidia and kind of, undercut or, force people to upgrade to the latest generation and push them away from the older series. Because, even the 580, 570, 480, 470, 8 gig cards are still mining very well today. So, yeah. So this is very interesting to me because this is going to lead into our topic. Let's see here. When did this come out? Does it have a date? February 25th. So this was yesterday. Let's see here. So Nvidia was forced to take parts of its business offline due to cyber attack. The company has no official information yet, but confirms there was something happened. Nvidia was forced to disable parts of the system, such as email systems and developer tools that might have been compromised. We are investigating an incident. Our business and commercial activities continue uninterrupted. We are still working to evaluate the nature and the scope of the event and don't have any additional information to share at this time. It's believed that a potential intrusion might have compromised internal systems, which forced the company to take them offline. Aha. How much you want to bet, guys? How much you want to bet? MC, thank you for being a member for so many months. How much you want to bet it was the LHR unlocker that we all try to warn people about? Okay. Let me bring you in for a face-to-face here. Okay. Chump Change, Red Panda Mining, Brandon Coin, Son of a Tech, Crypto Donkey, many of the crypto miners, the legitimate crypto miners, tried their best to inform users out there that this so-called LHR unlocker, which was actually scheduled to launch today, launched early, was a scam, fake, or malicious software intended to compromise one system or network. We didn't get the full payload, and as Yeti, who did such a great job breaking it down live with Chump Change, explained, there was a lot that the payload was good. In my personal opinion, from my expertise, the payload itself was good. The execution of said payload could have been better. But it depends on the intended effect. So anyways, Chump Change and Yeti went through everything. They talked about the various viruses that are in the utilities, what it does, with keylogger, screen capture, network sniffer, the ability to, compromise everything you use on that system, whether it's, banking to cryptocurrency wallets. It could ransomware, encrypt the entire drive. It was pretty bad, bro. It was pretty freaking bad. And so with Nvidia doing this on the 25th and the LHR unlocker really actually releasing on the 23rd, I believe it was. Was it the 23rd? I think it was the 23rd, 3 days early. Yeah, 3 days earlier than what they announced on GitHub. How much you want to bet some Nvidia employee was like, oh, I got this. Let me just download this and, oh, let me see if it really does unlock it. Oh, no. And then just spread from there into their internal enterprise systems like an idiot. Why would you do that? So, according to Bloomberg, the cyber attack was a form of ransomware. Oh my God. If that Nvidia employee was dumb enough to not listen to all of us, and I mean, we were everywhere. We were all over the internet. We were all on various articles and stuff like that, trying to be like, hey guys, by the way, you should not try this. But of course, people did try it, like this individual right here, Crypto Leo. I hope you're good, bud. Out there, I think he's actually, I don't know what country he's in. I think he's actually Russian. Be safe. Don't personally know that individual, but I was just saying. So this is the actual individual who tried to release the stuff. It's a fictitious video But this is what the software should have done according to their information. It detects the GPU. It's, downloads some software. It backs up your BIOS, modifies it, then re-uploads. And you can see here that this miner stat video or section it's really fictitious. It has a number of problems with it that our buddy Chump Change and a number of others had called out a number of times, like the memory temperature, which is not valid. Me and Crypto Mikhail talked about that before anybody else said anything, but I'm not going to go and take credit. But the point being, it's fictitious. It's not actual. But this is the channel that did it, or that made the video. But they weren't the only ones. What was odd to me was they were literally taking crypto YouTubers' thumbnails and videos and then rebranding it, right? LHR Unlocker V2. And then they would have links in the description where you would download the software. But it was all fake. And they would give you a password and it would install software. But it didn't seem like it was the same person. Like, look, right here. Best LHR miner. It looks like Son of a Tech, but it's not Son of a Tech. Look at the name. And, of course, if you go to the video, let's see if it's... Nope, still up. And then, look, there's a download link and a password. Do not download this crap, guys. What are you thinking? Why? Why are people trying this crap? Including Nvidia. If you were an employee at Nvidia, why the heck would you think this would work? Your boss or your boss's boss or some person at your job knows how to unlock the LHR and has the tools to do it. They're just not going to do it for economic reasons. So why would you try to install this? Like, it's not going to work. When a legit one comes out, it's going to come out from reputable people in the crypto mining scene. Right? You're going to hear about it from reputable people in the crypto mining scene. So don't try to install some fictitious software hoping, wishing for unicorns and rainbows to unlock your LHR GPUs. If you want to know what's actually needed to unlock your GPUs, I made a video about it just the other day. There's actually 4 things, not 3 things. And people are working on it, if not already have unlocked it. Whether or not we will see it is an entirely different story. But good to the community for trying to get this information out there, warn users, and, get the information out there. What's really odd to me, and I don't want to poke the hive. I don't want to punch the beehive in the face. But how many people are actually watching? Oh, wow, 41 people. Great. Do I want to say this live? Do I want to say this live? This is very interesting. Maybe I'll wait a little bit. See if some people fall off and stuff like that. There's some stuff I want to say, but I don't want to say it too. I love Russia. I love Russian people, my brothers and sisters over there. But just like we have people in the government that we don't agree with, they don't represent me, and they don't represent the Russian people. At least not all of them. Most of them, but not all of them. So it's very unfortunate. But all right, let's just do it. The point I'm trying to make is this, right? So I want you to think with me, if you will. I have very little evidence to this. So throughout this week, the LHR unlocker thing started happening, right? So Monday night, Tuesday-ish, various YouTubers' content, thumbnails and videos were being utilized by other actors to promote this LHR unlocker, whether it was V2 or the official V2. I don't think so. I think the people that were stealing the content and videos, and including various links to unknown sources, were completely separate from the actual person running the GitHub, right? I'm not going to say their name, but I think it was a group of people that are doing 2 different things, but ultimately achieving the same goal. We've seen this before in a number of different situations in the past. But to start Tuesday, as the timeline goes on, we start to see more and more. Videos are reported, things are trying to be taken down, but they're still fluctuating. They're even still out there today, right? And then we hear from the official GitHub individual that it's going to come out February 26th, which is actually today. So a lot of people probably were ready to go and ready to test this particular software out. But unfortunately, you know, as you can see here, the GitHub has been taken down. Links to said server, domain registrar, or domain itself is down. So it's not active, but it was enough at the very beginning to get pretty much the driver and a good portion of the payload and what their intent was behind it installed on one system. But I don't think it was the full payload because it didn't get to call to the server because the server was down shortly after it went live. But why did they go live 3 days prior to what they said on GitHub? Like, think about that for a second. Why were they all like, yeah, we're going to go live 26, 26, 26, and they went live 3 days prior? And if you really want a tinfoil hat, blow your mind situation, why would they do it 24 hours before Russia invades Ukraine? Just think about that for a second. So we saw the buildup on Russian borders. We knew Russia has been attacking Ukraine, cyber attacks on a regular, right? Their infrastructure, their websites, their government, stuff like that. That's been going on for quite some time. Why would this so-called unlocker come out so hastily prior to this major incident between Russia and Ukraine come out? I think the two are, if not tied together, in some form of another linked. Because if you think about it, and this is just pure speculation, right? Just the timing of it, the coincidence of it. If one were able to implement this attack and get a number of at-home individuals, mid to large-scale operations, so we're talking big farms now, right, that have a massive amounts of GPUs and compute power. Think of the amount of compute power that individual would have for said botnet, said purpose, said hacking, whatever you want to do with those intended hardware, right? Maybe it was just to, kind of lock them out of said systems. People pay a bunch of money to get out of it. When you get a ransomware, you got to pay X amount of dollars, or fiat or crypto or whatever the artist wants. And it is an art to it, but I mean the individual wants. They lock your hardware and say, hey, if you want your pictures, you want your documents, you want this, that, and the other, your emails, you got to pay this much to this address by XYZ, then we'll give you the decryption key, and then you can have your stuff back. So the timing of all this just seems very sus, guys. It seems very sus. Because that could have been a lot of power in the hands of a particular group, team, or maybe individual. I really don't think it was an individual. I think it was various parts of a team. But we will see. I just think it's super sus that, all of this happened leading up to Russia invading Ukraine. I really think that's sus. My thoughts, again, love Russian people. Colleagues and friends, brothers and sisters over there. But, it's just like here. Like, not all of us are on the same page. The U.S. is freaking crazy, bro. We're crazy. There is no doubt about that. I'm in Florida. I'm where most of the crazies live. There's no doubt about that. But what one government official says does not represent me. And what I say may not represent everyone. It would be nice to have everybody kind of have, be on the same page and have the same respect and love towards one another. But it's unfortunate that in this world, that's not how it works. I'm pretty sure a lot of people watch Chump Chain's video. Does a really good job, Yeti, of breaking down what the various components are, what they are doing, what this did, what that did, stuff like that. Again, speaking my language, and I loved it. And very informational, very informational. But yeah, that's pretty much the stream. If you have any questions, you better at me. Otherwise, we're gonna dip-de-doo out here, because I'm getting pollen and congested. Well, let's just say MC that I used to dabble in things back in the day. Let's just say that. I used to dabble in things back in the day. Again, not enough. I know enough to get myself into trouble. I'm glad they were able to catch on to it. Russian cyber ops, possibly. Probably. I mean, the Russian hackers and the Russian state-sponsored cyber operations is pretty damn good. Like, they're pretty good, guys. Yep. All right, so you guys are agreeing there. No questions. I've seen fake stage, old combat footage. Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure it was. So Gordon Murray says, I wonder if the U.S. government was tipped off to LHR unlocker thing. I think it was. The speed at which individuals responded to it was pretty dang good. But again, it was mostly in part thanks to the community, right? Chump Change, Red Panda Mining, Brandon Coin. You know, first off, these videos were coming out and they were being fictitious using the content creators' thumbnails, videos, whatever. But then the actual content creators came out and was like, you know, cool. This sounds good. This would be cool if this was real, but, you know, let's just wait. And then as time progressed and they looked deeper and deeper, and you got some security specialists looking into the actual situation as a whole, you saw that it was fictitious. But again, some of the videos that are out there still, like this one that has a download link, may be a completely separate program from the one that we know on GitHub. But the intent behind it is the same. So yeah, just be careful. They're still using Son of a Tech's stuff. I don't know this individual, but it looks like he got a lot of views. They got a lot of views. I think they did an update video on this too, because it turned out to be what it was. So I hope you didn't download this crap. I really hope you didn't download this crap. DJ Mines did a very good job of informing the community too. Really good individual to be out there and being like, hey, your videos are being used. Look, this is Seb from FinTech, but it's Tuxedo or Toxic, whatever that name is. So they use the LHR unlocked wordage or verbiage in that the creators use, but then swapped it with whatever the program they wanted to promote. So be careful. You know, if it's too good to be true, don't download. Don't download it. Just be careful. Oh, I 100% agreed with that, Rudd. You can't trust one source of information these days. You have to verify, and you have to challenge. You have to verify and you have to challenge the news sources that you have, that you get your information from. You have to challenge. You got to verify that what they're saying is actual, because you know it can be manipulated. It can be influence. You know, influence is key in this world. So you got to be very careful. So I 100% don't believe everything I hear, even from my own government, even from my own country. You know, there's a lot of people out there that, unfortunately, we live in a world where people step on each other to get what they want, and I don't like it. I won't step on you to get what I want. I would challenge you, I would critique you, and I am accepting of constructive criticism of my own, but I won't step on you to get to where I want to be. That's not nice. I don't care if doesn't matter if it's not nice. You know, if you want to be rich, you know, sell your soul. I don't give a damn. I'm not selling my soul. I'm a good person at heart. I'm going to stay that damn way. And I wish everybody throughout the world peace, love, and happiness. As much as I could wish and pray and hope for that, I know that's not possible until everybody starts working together. And honestly, as a human race, we got to work together if we're going to succeed long term in this universe, so to speak, because we got to get off this planet. We do need to get off this planet. And so I think that's if we really worked as a cohesive unit throughout the entire world, I think things would be a lot better. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for today's live stream. Let me know your thoughts of what you're thinking on the situation between, you know, unfortunately, Ukraine and Russia. If you have any family, friends, colleagues over there, I wish them the best. Hope they're safe. Be careful. Keep us posted. If you're in the Discord, if you're out in Ukraine and Russia right now, keep us posted, guys. Hit us up in Discord. Make sure let us know you're safe. What your thoughts are of Vitalik's take on the situation and condemning Putin. I don't know if you really call that condemning. And then, what do you think's going to happen with the market? You think we're going to continue to move sideways? You think we're going to pump up even higher? Was that the bottom? We asked, is this the bottom right here? The 24th of January. And then we come pretty darn close to it in February 24th. I think once tax returns start getting into hands of individuals, we'll start to see a nice little market rally. I think once those tax returns come in, we'll be good. Once that money starts coming into people, that'd be a lot better. I'm going to go film a video for a teardown of the RTX 2080. Remember that fan I had? If you haven't checked it out, I got some behind-the-scenes content. I'm going to publish another one and then go from there. Red Panda Live. Wait. What? Is this the same Red Panda? It has to be. Is this the same Red Panda? Okay. Alright. I guess he just made a different video for live streams? Is that what it is? Stream. Okay, cool. Thanks, Red. Missed that. Well, be safe, man. I'm wrapping up things here. Let's see what we got for last minute questions. Don't believe everything. I already know. Yep. Would be interesting to see if the extra components between the two, especially some type of voltage regulator or something. Why doesn't YouTube take the scam videos down? They do. We could try to report it. Let me Bits be tripping. Bits be tripping, brother. Much respect. Hope to catch up with you in the future. We can report it, but the algorithm is so messed up, man. Like, they'll take down your videos before they take down the scam videos. It's so stupid. Or they'll take down your channel before they take down a scam channel. It's so stupid. Pro Rival, how do those videos not get hit by copyright strike? Yeah, honestly, I think the creators themselves might be able to hit the videos with a copyright claim. How do you do that? Let's see here. Let's go hit red. Report. Yeah, I mean, all we can do is this. Infringes on my rights right here. Copyright, privacy, or other legal complaints. Infringes on my rights. So the content creator would go and click that video and hit that. Or whichever one base suits the situation, right? Is anybody going live soon? 20 series GPUs are awesome for mining Flux. Yeah, that is very true. That's why I got to work on a 2080. All right, so barely made it back. G, be safe. All right, good deal. Also, Red Panda Shorts channel. Wow, creating a channel for each of your... Okay, all right. Well, I'm not that big, so I can't do that yet. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get out of here, get some work done, work on some content, but also work on the house. Fees for Ethereum looks like it's low, so if you want to make some transactions, move some money around, I recommend doing that now while you have the opportunity. It's up to $3.30 now versus $2 and some cents. But yeah, you all have yourself a wonderful day. Please do me a favor on the way out. Make sure to hit the like button. Don't forget to get subscribed, hit the notification bell to stay up to date. I know I went off on a tinfoil hat theory back there, but maybe it's not tinfoil hat. Maybe just think about it. Just think about the situation, how it unfolded throughout the week. Just think, and maybe come up with your own theory. It's just a theory, okay? But yeah, make sure you get subscribed if you're interested in my way of doing videos. I know it's a very unique flavor. It may not be for everybody. I understand. Kind of like Platanos Maduro. May not be for everybody. If you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, take care of yourselves. Be safe out there. Keep us posted if you're in Russia, Ukraine, or anywhere around that area. Keep us posted in Discord. Let us know you're safe and sound. and just take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves, your family, all that stuff. Wish you nothing but the best, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.